Tea, where they come to you live from the Redeemer Radio Network, 92.5 FM inside Freetown. And also we there on 91.1 FM na Bo, 89.0 FM na Kenema, and 89.0 FM na Makeni, and 88.5 FM na Kenema. Same way so with the broadcast on with Facebook page and with YouTube, and we there on ITV channel 72. Well, I want for welcome you again, and Morning Tea na program where they bring come to you news, views, comments, analysis, and boku other things that they happen all about the country and even out of the country. Me where the tamba on the program for this morning. My name na Rose KONIMA-STEVENS. We send stock for today say, person where they sleep near somebody where they don't sleep, will take them sleep quick, where net can, if you get sense. Because if they don't sleep man first lay down, sleep not go there for you that next day. And this comes out from Patrick Vandy. It good. If you get sense, just go lay down one time. So you go down burn some time before the sleep man they come. Inside the program this morning, we got to know about the rights and responsibility them where citizens they supposed to forget in all areas in the country as Salon they join the rest of the world for celebrate the International Day for the Abolition of Slavery today, December 2nd. Same way so, we got to engage the National Crime Officer on Sexual and Gender-Based Violence at the Family Support Unit headquarters for tell we more, but waiting the law and constitution say but gender and sexual-based violence. This and Boku other to read and therefore you will line up inside this program when I'm morning tea. But make we join Audra Nyambe Sano quick before we look at you.
The Commissioner General for National Revenue Authority,
NRA they target 6.3 trillion leons as revenue authority inside 2021. It talk this for 3 days board management retreat. USA it continue for talk say 2021 go be the year we go take them to then 20% gross domestic product. He say from 2018, NRA don't improve on revenue collection and it not ever happened before. Even though with the corona then at the country and opt-in loud and still they continue for maintain a good revenue collection. And currently, then targets now 5.3 or 4 trillion and they're able for meet then target. Because the institution accepts say corona sick not only gets negative impact per well body business but also per the economy. He say the corona sick still they affect the tourism sector, but then they do them best for collect revenue for the government. President Julius Maada Bio don say the Bo Kenema Network Rehabilitation Expansion Project go help for reduce poverty and go create impact na the New Direction Human Capital Development flagship program. He say access to energy go improve book learning business na the country, especially na the rural area, because it go help them with information and communication facility and learning new skills them. The First Lady, Madam Fatima Bio, don say the new constructed hill station markets na the community people and get them and not a party supporter than own. A call on the market woman them for always look after them, picking them and make sure say they not allow them for join hand with bad party them. The same way so talk say every business woman gets rights to the market project, and he call on the honorable Benjamin for try and win the heart and mind of the community people them before he avoid them because of politics. You will listen to with local news now na time for news but other country them. According to BBC report, Swedish police don't arrest one old woman who don't suspect say he keeping boy picking na house for up to 3 decades. It denied even after where the boy picking in question, where don't old 40 years now, then find wound all over him body. One family member na infant the man Sunday after where the mama sick and be go hospital. He presently they undergo surgery in a hospital for him wound them. Police don't seal the apartment for conducting investigation and then they look for witness them as then they try for put together wetin really be happen. The woman wey old 70 years for then a police custody till the investigation they continue. If them find am guilty of waiting with man called false imprisonment, police say he go na jail. According to BBC reports, plenty people wey run away comot na Ethiopia because of the fet they suffer for food business. Because of this, the UN and UNHCR they call for help because the people them say even communication business don't block. About 100,000 refugees don't run away because of the politics and by forced military service. As all this they be, the UNHCR they call for protect all the civilian them na the country. That na news we come to you from Reading My Media with me, Odraniambe Sano.
Program they continue. The Skills Development Fund Secretariat, where they under the Ministry of Higher and Technical Education, don't hold the first training session with some of the institution them where them been qualified for gets the grants where World Bank been give for help institution them where they do skills development. Erika Bangura been present and in our report.
Where in be the talk, the communications person for the Skills Development Fund Secretariat, Winner Generous Johnson, say these projects get for benefit plenty young people inside the country. They been talk about this project here so and what's in the training where they organize and geared towards.
The Skills Development Fund, we don't reach that stage now where we have about for discuss funds to successful grant applicants. So these are the first phases and the first group of applicants. But before we give the grants, they need to go through a series of training. So right now they're on procurement and processing training, which are part of the requirements before we actually give out the money for this grant. I just want to make my family say the SDF Skills Development Fund being the operates a project where the SDF we launched last week in Shekwema, where the Skills Development Fund, where under the Ministry of Technical Education, where they provide grants then to institutions that were involved in training. So that the process will not continue so now within the training of the successful applicants, we get over 200 applications. We don't on the application stage, and then when they come out successful, they're involved in training. So you see a mixture of GTIs, private people that were involved in training. This grant will be given for training youth in a salon in skills development. We do hotel, we have 5 areas in mining, extracting, in agro processing, in fishing, in agriculture, and construction. So the mixture of people want to see inside the room, they come up from different institutions.
Generous Johnson been talk say now 63 institutions them qualify for the grant, but for the first phase, then decide for start the training with 23 institutions them on a mixture of institutions them from all over the country. Generous Johnson been said make mention of what's in the project really they try for look at when a skills training.
The project we want to see once like 8,700 and train putting them for get job markets. People they can go to the formal, but the skills, because there's a skills gap in Sierra Leone. And so that skills gap in now these projects get addressed. And the person begin for CC, you to pass you get degree or masters for there you able for get work. The training you need to come to see and let them able for go out for themselves and be self-sufficient. Get jobs and better.
Representative them from the different institutions them been talk about waiting them think they qualify them for get this grants here so and how they will ensure say they use them for achieve the aim of the project.
We name the shares and the company that guide them when they go and they train they use them on hospitality and the hospitality sector. A lot of skills gap in the industry. You can go in a restaurant, you go hotel, you see the service you get from the waiter and waitresses, not up to standard. Also, if you go to hotels then, where they receive you, it's still not up to standard. So we can say this gap here, we can come in and fill them so that we can match other country then, especially when it's already in a key area that the country now. The person will come in and train their youth there, the one that will inside the sector, the one that will go inside the sector, we will train them in the meeting standard.
I'm from SB Material. I'm the principal in a Born Technical Training College within a Born Shabra Island. We do a lot of training in the area of agriculture, marine mechanical engineering, catering and hotel management, and some areas in fisheries.
The assurance will show the product, how they come out. What we write, say what they do, the rest assurance say that's what we'll be doing, because we say from the crowd for say, then people they are not training them.
Being that need people will be trained, particularly young people, including women and the most vulnerable and disabled, I think we will do the best we can for what we don't put on paper, so we will do for make we make the reality.
For Redeemer Media Network, Erica Bangura.
We carry the program go before you want for add the voice, you want for contribute or analyze the program, or you want for critique, just send your message to the number 079-920-500. Or you're out of the country, maybe you didn't at the diaspora, you want for comment on the program, or you want analyze, or you want suggest. Just that +23279-920-500. Wherever you didn't at the country, add your voice as you join with take this week morning tea. We they push the program go before. December 2nd every year now the world day celebrates the International Day of the Abolition of Slavery. And Salome self they join the rest of the world for celebrate this day. And now for sake of this, we put at them when Joshua Patrick been put together this and let we watch and hear you.
The word slave or slavery to every black African, and Solomon in particular, will bring picture memory of pain, suffering, and torture in our minds. As Boku Solomon will remember the man waiting on the 5,000 leons note, Sembe Pierre, where according to history, born 1813, where with Mandemi captured and in rest farm inside January 1839 at the age of 26 years with plenty other people and Salome. Sembe Pierre, after the army started the revolt, he returned back to Salome with plenty other freed slavedom inside the year 1842 and in die 1879. Other slavery fetes be also happened inside England for every black slavedom, and now William Wilberforce been champion that fete day. And because of William Wilberforce in fetes for free slavedom, that makes today we get Wilberforce village. Salome, we don't get independence since the abolishment of slavery, but in look like today in the world, modern day slavery they go on. And this modern day slavery, we know to that slavery we will come to mind like we foster people with them being chained the neck, hand and foot like Sembe Pierre. Today, December 2, are the day where the General Assembly of the United Nations Convention for the Suppression of the Traffic in Persons and the Exploitation of the Prostitution of Others with Resolution 317-4 of 2nd December 1949. This day, they focus on how to end or avoid modern day slavery like human trafficking, child labor, forced marriage, and the by force recruitment of Pekin in civil war. According to the International Labour Organization (ILO), they state that now about 21 million forced labor victims day worldwide, and people waiting on this modern day slavery they make about $150 billion illegal profit every year. And this day, December 2, Salome they join the rest of the world for mark this day of abolishment of slavery at the world. For Redeemer Media Network, Joshua Patrick.
Push the program go before continue for send the text to the number 079-920-500. Fambu, still inside the International Day of the Abolition of Slavery. We all know say Salome and the city and in people them we don't get independence inside 1961. But to date the people them where they live in the country, even though they don't be free from 1961, get responsibility them and rights. Now for that make we get to the studio somebody way in the Director of Education, Communication and Training na the Human Rights Commission. In name na Richard Tamba Mbayo. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning.
Could share for where you join we for take this warm tea this morning. Let we begin with you. Waiting you go talk about rights and responsibility. What do you mean?
Yeah, thank you very much, KONIMA. Family, before I answer this your question, normally I get a tradition where if I go radio, I go TV, I go and let people that know first. But this commission will effect for people in rights.
Done at the Human Rights Commission.
Human Rights Commission before I come out to the rights.
No problem. You get the time.
Family, the Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone, now a commission way established by an act of parliament. Always will talk about. Because always when you go outside, people they paint a picture as if they don't really know about the commission. Now, commission was established by an act of parliament in 2004, sometime in August. And then this commission is charged with baku responsibilities and functions. And among them, now one, we're responsible for receive complaints from the public as a commission. We receive complaints from the public as a commission. We investigate and inquire into their complaints and they ask the commission. What I mean by this, if you're out here and you think say you write the number you let you write, you're a Sierra Leonean, either be policeman or it be soldier man or it be government workman, as long as they pay from government funds, you know say if you get responsibility for give out in duty to you. If you omit or you neglect in carrying out in duty to you, you get right for come and complain to we as a commission. And as a commission, we take up the matter head on for make sure say you get your rights. Number one. The other one now would promote respect for human rights through awareness raising and public education. We want to do so right now. For let the public know what they do and what are the rights in Sierra Leone generally. The other would advise government on the legislation the way they come out with. We even get the documentation center. They think in plenty. Alright? But this is one of the key one there. Would also monitor. Would monitor and document human rights violations in all over the country.
Alright.
Now generally what I want people there.
Yeah.
No. But the other things are there.
Yes, Richard, quick one. Since you want to let people know about the roles and responsibilities or the mandates, some of the mandates and way the Human Rights Commission charged for carry out in the country. Now bring this one to you, quick one. You say like somebody can come with complaint. Let me say, since Salon, we own country now, they don't politicize everything. Somebody gets you not a particular political party don't put you in that place. Then somebody from another political party gets problem within institution or with whatever, since a government institution they work for. Then it bring back how many of them complain and they when I don't really investigate and when I don't bring let people know say yes, this person since this person and the other political party they but it don't bring this kind of complaint, but it don't win. How many of them kind of success stories and they wanna get?
Yeah, first of all, you mentioned mandates. We mandate as a commissioner for promote and protect human rights generally.
Yeah.
And two, the commission when they look at individuals say, this party there or this party there. No. We look at you as a Sierra Leonean. That's what we look at you.
Okay.
As a Sierra Leonean. So if you can complain with to we, when they say you belong to party A or party B or party C, no, we look at the facts and the details of the complaint. We go into them and make sure say we follow up on the complaints. And frankly speaking, we don't get a huge complaint where people don't go against the state. Because one, if you don't care an agent of the state to the commission, now the state you don't care go to the commission. For example, they care the house slap go to the commission. And the commission makes sure say it come out frankly and genuinely with the issues. And the people the way go complain get the right. They are starting complaining when they go to we okay refer. People that can say we don't handle complaints because of ABC. No. We can go complain to we. If you complain for we didn't mandate at all. Because we get a mandate.
So that's the advice.
Yes, yes. No, we don't only advise you. We do a letter. We refer you to the possible responsible.
Appropriate quarters.
Appropriate possible responsible for handle you complaint. We refer it and we don't only refer it, we follow up on the matter. So starting complaint can go to we, not a violation. And we not violation with the deal in. If it's not a violation, we send them to the appropriate quarters, wait for handle them. We don't done it throughout and we have been successful with that. And as recent as a couple of days ago, We even get Sylvia Olainke Blyden. We can complain go to the commission in respect of the forest guards where the man handle some people. You know, he can go for complaint against them.
So
complaint and they fall within purview.
So now they look into it.
Of course, complaint and they fall within purview because as a forest guard, they get your money from the consolidated fund. Okay, since that's not the case, that means a complaint fall within purview.
All right, highlight some of.
So now you ask a question. I'll go to the question we asked.
Okay.
Can I go back to the question again?
Yes.
You go back to the question again?
Yes, I want to say, just like how they ask you, say, how many success stories of anyone in the way where one don't get as a commission?
You know, that makes sometimes we encourage people for read with State of Human Rights report. Every year, we come out with one. Every year. You go on our website, idede. www.hrc/sl.org. Idede. You go there, you go see them. Because then report and they actually tell you we success story.
People go say not to everybody they lay hand upon them because it didn't at the web and not all man get access. When I can do sensitization like for go out, go and
very well.
Inform people about anything.
Very well. Would you always make sure say any public dynamic I say when I even care, I begin to talk to people about the commission. If the America delve into some success system, I don't go into all because plenty. I don't go into all, but then one like this one, this to one, then this one tell you about. That one, there was one guy where police almost dismissed from the police. They say either he mad or something, but the guy comes in complaint, so we follow up on the complaint. He has been reinstated, and there are several other cases where people can't in cases. There were those where they lose salaries or payments or something. We follow up on them and pay them money. Them several other complaints, and the way they come, they have been successfully handled.
Right.
Plenty of them.
Richard, now just take me through some of and highlight some of the rights and responsibilities of a citizen of Salone.
Very well. Thank you very much. First of all, I want to begin for draw the attention of Sierra Leoneans to laws. Because human rights, now I can say, making define them in your way, say, now moral principles where then graft into law. Okay? For example, if they say, no go so. If you go so, now so they happen, they make a law. No eat this. If you eat this, now so they happen, they make a law. So it becomes a human rights issue. Okay? Now, then law then day. In Sierra Leone, we get a constitution. We're not the Sierra Leone constitution. And this constitution, you know, the grafters of this constitution, they do so well and we are fair to the constitution. They look at aspects we get to do with citizens' responsibilities. And they look at aspects we get to do with citizens' rights. Section 13 of the Sierra Leone Constitution, it makes them categorically clear on citizens' responsibility. Ahmed Fabu then allow me, make I just go to one of the lines of the Sierra Leone Constitution where it talk about citizens' responsibility. He said, every citizen shall, this is section 13 of the Sierra Leone Constitution. He said, every citizen shall, by this constitution, respect its ideals and its institutions, the national flag, the national anthem, the authorities and offices established, constituted under this constitution, or any other law. We get responsibilities for respect with institutions, no matter what they are. As Sierra Leoneans, we get responsibility for respect, whichever, as long as the government established institution, we get responsibility for respect the institution. He go further on for say, he said, cultivate a sense of nationalism and patriotism. Sierra Leoneans, we for being nationalistic and patriotic. What make Ghana not develop the like today? Ghanaians were as worse, in fact, even more than us. Far more than us. But today, Ghana is up there because of what? Nationalism and patriotism. And with constitution says Sierra Leoneans will be nationalistic and patriotic. Now look what he further go on for say. He said, so that loyalty to the state shall override sectional, ethnic, tribal, or other loyalties. You see how clear it look like? Or other loyalties. It they say if you're a Sierra Leonean, your loyalty for to the state, not to any ethnic group, not to any political party, not to any person where you forget your loyalty to. It's clear. So Sierra Leoneans therefore respect this one, and because of these provisions, I think say it's clear that Sierra Leoneans we for make sure for respect this one, we are clear on this one. And the other aspect of this rights. Sierra Leone, we all get rights. Right. Section part 3, part 3 of the human constitution of the Sierra Leone Constitution, it talks about voting the recognition and protection of the fundamental human rights of persons in Sierra Leone. And it got all this outlined there. If you go to the Constitution, you go to section 2 part 3 of the Constitution, it's about what you right as a citizen of Sierra Leone.
Alright, Richard, quick one. Somebody go and say, I they try for exercise my rights as a citizen. But it can as well go against the law whilst it exercising rights.
How? By how?
It's possible for let somebody they exercising rights. Then it go against the law in exercising in rights.
Of course, it don't happen. Not only in Sierra Leone, it don't happen in other places. For example, if I say I want to go on a peaceful demonstration, you know, me one of me boss can always say, he say that's why they made from the college. They ask them for them to come and demonstrate. So the person we did for the women, the preach of like he said we are going up on a peaceful demonstration. Peaceful demonstration. So how this will be peaceful? So if you come out, you say one demonstration, peaceful demonstration, now a right. Now a right where every Sierra Leonean get. But if you come on a peaceful demonstration, then this is no longer peaceful, but totally violent. And when you come with peaceful demonstration, you can't become violent. You don't go against the norms. You don't go against the law. Automatically you become culpable. By you don't become somebody who don't commit an offense. So you by exercising your rights, you can as well flout and go against the laws. So you got to take your time with exercise your rights. That means they say your rights, the exercise of your right, they stop with your nose begin. If you haven't exceed me nose, you hit me nose, that means you don't commit an offense on me. So we they say in as much as you want to fight for your right, you right for make sure say you do it within that area where you know say you don't affect other person in your rights.
Let me talk quickly about slavery. Slavery, of course, they don't come out now we country. But it's possible for let people still there in slavery in a nation?
Of course, we get to call modern day slavery. Yes. And as I speak, it did happen.
Inside
Sierra Leone. We get to call modern day slavery. It's evident that people the listeners out there go attest to this one. That will get picky the way they go into forced marriage. Forced marriage, now another means of slavery. You get bonded slavery. Bonded slavery, now like where I grab overnight, so that comes close to you. I say, Rose, you are let me 500,000. Let me 500,000. Then the time where I forgive the money, I don't get to pay you. Then Rose can say, okay, if you don't give me 500,000, can go broke me stone for me. So then I go broke his stone, and say, I go beyond the 500,000, I still broke stone for you. That's what's called bonded slavery. So that's another form of slavery. Even trafficking, another means of slavery. You know, because one, if you don't traffic somebody, you got to obviously when you traffic person from here to another point, it's obviously the person got to obviously go plant other person because when it's a slavery now when the individual belong to somebody else, where the person now in get them, now for the work and they just benefit from the person. They got to call chattel slavery, where you know, in fact it happened in Africa. In Africa, for example, I call it now Mauritania, they get chattel slavery. What am I chattel slavery? The slave they become a property of the slave owner.
Owned by the slave owner.
Yeah, they become a property. In fact, it become a property. They go and get these papers, my own paper. The slave they become a property to the slave owner. They call it chattel slavery. And this one back, most common in North Africa. So even now, big finance say, even when the US special rapporteurs they go engage them country, then they deny them. Because you say evidence they call it chattel slavery. You get a whole lot of that type of slavery. So
all right, continue for
slavery.
We they come back to you. In at the Director of Education, Communication and Training, na the Human Rights Commission. A name na Richard Tambabayo. We they push the program go before. Continue for sending text message to 079920500. You did diaspora, you want add the voice, you want for take this tea with you want contribute because the discussion they look they take you now better one. That plus 23279920500. We they push the program go before. The Evangelical Fellowship of Salon Pan-African Women Alliance don't join hand with Catania Women's Development Association and the Ministry for Gender and Children's Affairs and host one-day symposium for raise awareness but the role of the church, man and boy picking them in the fight against gender-based violence at community level and the country as a whole. How then 3 factors important to this fete? We on Cyrus Konobundo get more. Let we hear and let we watch.
Nations have been established and all the work are seriously in order for nations sake. This did not come to an end. But when you watch, all the women around towns, they connect to either church or mosque. And most, they are church. And that shows the uniqueness of the church in this fact.
Let me challenge all of us as men to start rethinking. As we did the flamboyant speeches and presentation, get a rethinking and examine yourself. Now, so we judge the new woman then. How do I do the women that are working with me? Ask yourself that question.
A.M Mambu, Executive Director for Men Engaged for Gender Equality. Before him, na been Reverend Kalon, we end statements respectively on how man and boy picking them and the church important for consider so gender-based violence go end na community them and the country as a whole. The issue of gender-based violence, not limited to sexual penetration, sexual harassment, or any form of sexual violence no more, but get for do with anything where somebody go do to the next person where gets the tendency for affect them negatively. This they come physically, sexually, or psychologically, and research don't show say, but 33% of women and girl picking them between the age of 16 and 49 don't suffer from gender-based violence all over the world, where Salon na part of. This now according to Reverend Musa Fobe, planning, monitoring, evaluation and learning specialist for EFSL. So this one-day symposium with the Evangelical Fellowship of Salon in partnership with Catania Women's Development Association and the Ministry for Gender and Children's Affairs organized on the 7th day of the 16 days of activism, being focused on how the church, man and boy picking them go contribute to the fight against gender-based violence in the country. Gudi Sowoni, na the Deputy Director for the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs, inside in keynote address, been talk about the ministry in contribution to these 16 days of activism for champion the fight against gender-based violence.
So government as well as the partners for continue for fund so that we will fight this fight and win it. We also they ask that they want them when they prevent engagement on radio and television, engaging the communities, the key stakeholders, the one the way they perpetrate, all the people they will not continue in this good way. But why should I continue in this good way? Let us make sure say as they respond to them vulnerable set of people there and the community. Let us remember say we for treat them with dignity and respect. Let us cover the secrets, confidentiality that the key word inside it, not stigmatize.
But waiting the law say concerning gender-based violence crime them and waiting na the assurance say the law not to ward na mot no more or waiting bookman and can call barking dogs seldom bite. Detective Sergeant Abdullah Bangura, na the National Crime Officer for Sexual Gender-Based Violence, na Family Support Unit, been get this for say, but the credibility of the investigation and the way how the laws them active.
How effective then they are, especially on compromise. The effective, the only problem will get Sierra Leone and who majority in law for reports. Then they got reports, by the end of the day, when they go through a small team, they don't give the police a day for them, they get evidence. And they say, you who alleges must prove it. You don't come on to go allege, then when the investigation company goes to because they don't write or they don't give money, police don't get to wait for the data. But if you stand on the ground, you actually pursue case, you will be able to sell.
Some key stakeholders them after the program being self-get this for say.
The church and community, the community and church. Most churches are in the community. And if we want to preach gospel, we will talk about righteousness, we will talk about holiness, we will talk about all kinds of commitments, and we're not able to advance the social, the welfare, the physical, and all other aspects of the human being in totality, then we don't fail as a church.
Most of the time, we see the churches then don't they shy away from issues of the state and just they focus on Bible and the spiritual aspect. But we say from other presenters, and they clearly affect the church. And so we set need for come on board as leaders first, understand the concept there, and take them down to the church members.
For second morning tea, Cyrus Konobundo.
Thank for that story. We dey push the program go before. Well, from na the studio, I get with me the National Crime Officer on Sexual Gender-Based Violence, where the TAPNA, the Family Support Unit Headquarters inside Freetown, when a Detective Sergeant Abdullahi Suri Bangura, for interpret the law on gender-based violations and educate the public on how FSU they address different gender-based violence case them in the country. Abdullahi, Kushen Kabo.
Thank you very much for having me.
Alright, in summary, just give me an overview of them to be big word here. Gender-based violence and sexual gender-based violence.
Okay, good morning, FM Mambu, and happy for dinner today. For we can discuss what in the way they affect we, na the community, na the country, and na the world at large. Of course, sexual and gender-based violence, na the minister where we want to cover our country, and if we not fit holistically for we pull them out of the country, it get for affect we greatly. Of course, be with gender-based violence. Gender-based violence, now a violence where they happen, where somebody they perpetrate against an other person based on the fact say either in a man or a woman. For example, if you're a man, you say because you get strength, you get big body, and you strong, then you use that particular power there against the other person in a weaker sex. That now basically which we refer to as gender-based violence. And of course, again, if you use that same power for sexually abuse somebody, we're vulnerable, all that thing and then they call sexual gender-based violence. So in short, the word sexual gender-based violence, now anybody where they use in power based on the fact say based on in gender against the other person, and then refer to as sexual gender-based violence.
So quick one, Abdullahi, give me a statistics of what you don't record so far on this gender-based violence for this year, 2020.
Well, yes, thank you very much. I don't will give you an exact figure because we get a specialist within the database unit where he can compile the report and they end. I be the rush for Kana studio because I was held in traffic, so I not been get to wait for I get the statistics. But for 2020, especially from the declaration where His Excellency the President we do on sexual gender-based violence, where he make a matter of emergency in Sierra Leone, we see a sharp increase in the reports of sexual gender-based violence. This is because the public now knows say there is the willpower from the government and from the efforts of the First Lady we do again for a launch this House of our Girls. So we see a sharp increase in the reporting system. And today we get a lot of people that we get confidence now say the government they help and the First Lady they help and the police again because the IG don't step in foot, the AIG crime service don't step in foot, and the head of FSU they all don't come together for it and ensure say we minimize incidents of sexual and gender-based violence.
So we compare the year where the government's not be done put in foot down yet on this sexual-based gender and sexual based violence, but they're not be done put them foot down to now. Which one you think say they on the increase?
Well, from 2020, especially from March, where the government puts in foot on their issue there, we see say we don't get more reporting than the immediately previous years.
How many of them cases then they get a due process for get investigation and successfully get justice?
Well, a lot of them, ranging from sexual abuses and gender-based violence offenses. Of course, we get categories of offenses them where we class as gender-based because you know say inside 2007 we get series of gender laws where them pass all towards all geared towards helping and promoting the welfare of women and Pekin. For example, we get the Domestic Violence Act of 2007 where them pass for ensure say women then get the right, and inside Domestic Violence Act of 2007 we get series of forms of abuse, how people they abuse people them. For example, under that under section 2 subsection 1 we get what we refer to as physical abuse. Physical abuse now whereby somebody they using power for a physically assault a other person they do in a domestic relationship, because the FSU they deal with issues them where relate to domestic relationship. So, for example, if the man feels say he get powerful, like beat woman, then he beat woman, they refer to as physical abuse. We also get what to call emotional and psychological abuse, because some man they say, and see, I don't like you again because na get medical reports. But if you na cause they cause you now, or they make your life unbearable. For example, you don't go na police for go report. They forget say not only physical abuse, they even psychological and emotional abuse also dey. Anything where they do to your partner, where they make constantly unhappy or make you feel worthless, na an abuse, and it's very severe, because if they investigate you at the end of the day, they convict you. You either pay 5 million or you go 2 years imprisonment, or you pay the money and you go the jail.
Abdullah, will not get any limitations in handling some of them SGB case there?
We don't get any limitation. In fact, FSU issues, it's not easy for them to find any issue where you say this is civil, because anything where they do, where the other partner owner they in a relationship not happy about like domestic violence, and if it's reported, we always there for let we investigate and find out say you get justice.
Let me talk about the credibility of our investigations.
Well, we investigation is very credible, because that is why over the years we know say indeed any institution we get people them way their character is questionable. So the Sierra Leone police, especially the family support units of the Sierra Leone police, we don't put in guidelines where they guide and monitor the activities of the FSU to an extent that anybody will violate any of their standard operating procedures, then they investigate you criminal and they investigate you disciplinarily.
Before this time, we don't see some people don't die as a result of somebody just malign them. They just try for set them up because of one reason or the other. The person go to jail. Some of them they die at the prison, or some when they come on the trauma make it die.
Not true. What you talk so not true. I make the FSU na a train unit where they ensure say if person a line by you, will they find out for no CS, they exonerate you out of that problem. Of course, investigation by definition is a systematic way of finding out of an allegation, either to prove them or disprove them. So we not only did there for proof case, even who side they make allegation where na malign or na malicious allegation, we get the potential and ability for there we ensure say they exonerate you out of that case day, because we always be neutral and we always they ensure say person we get way deserve justice, they get justice, and the one way for punish, for go for punish, especially like how we get this amendment act now where if they go up to life imprisonment, we not let person way not commit an offense for let's suffer then kind suffer. So that way we take good time for that we ensure say where case go, we systematically investigate them and find out say if evidence against you for say indeed you do this act where they are, let's say you do, then they pursue you. But if evidence no there, now let them lie by you, then they back for the exonerate you.
Systematically, I want for all that word. Sometimes the investigation here can take like for eternity.
Yes, well, of course.
That means to say it long.
I know, waiting the time for talk, but any investigation it gets in challenges, and all investigation gets in scenario. All offenses get in scenario. Some offense then they way post they can make na police station the evidence available. The evidence readily available. You know the struggle for get them. Especially issues of sexual abuses. You know say we get a lot of side how they look. For example, if you come you say they don't sexually abuse you. After, if you say a medical emergency, will they give you a medical memorandum, or they refer you to a medical specialist where they go examine you and find out waiting happy with you. All that in a process, because let's say get them way how then they investigate, how they do the process, where maybe it can take them 1 to 3 days. And after that, after we don't investigate, we get for go here and there for find evidence, we get for visiting of crime, or all that they don't go do it hard for them to do them within a day. And after we don't investigate done, it is a principle say we get for compiling file and send them to the law officers department, that's the office of the director of public prosecution. Then I need peruse the file and at the end of the day refer them to we back for that we take necessary action. We say evidence day for charge. So because of all the challenges that they pass, now that can cause the small delay. But
after like some of the cases they are hard for report, especially where you defend not say the perpetrator either he get influence pass you, he get power, he get money. Some them mommy and daddy business case here. Some picking some family defend they afraid for go this person get influence, he get power, he get name, he get couple. Then go take me case. How for reporting case here?
Well, that's why I did a radio today for they are assure the view in public say any abuse will happen to you, whatever the person highly placed in society. Of course, you don't hear about issues them where FS don't handle will involve highly placed personality. But because the law sees say they get something for answer to the law, we bring them to justice. So, not afraid whosoever is involved, as long as that person don't do something to you, especially on sexual abuse, report the case. Because when you report the case, it's going to be a confidentiality issue. They will must ensure say the justice where you deserve, you get them. So let everybody come on board and make sure say any incident of abuse, report them. And when you report them, will they assure you say that they take them promptly, then they reassure you say that the best that you don't come and make sure say you get the justice where you deserve.
Sometimes some people can get a genuine case where they don't do mommy and daddy business with the king. It carry the case go. But this file can just lost either to the DPP or to una end. We think it cause the file for loss. But later, when the person persists, the file can come back.
Well, me as well I don't serve now the police and in the investigation and we now they bring me at the FSU headquarters. I don't get any reports for say somebody don't go report then kind case then file on loss na police station.
How long did you the FSU?
Well, I done the FSU for 17 years because we are passing out in 2002. Now only 3 months I do as general duties. All me years now the family support units I don't do all along. And I make any side way when you report a case, you get the responsibility for that you make sure say you follow up your case. Any officer where they handle a case and mysteriously that file they loss, if you report them the officer in there, now the unit where they call CDIID, you get the potential for let you loss in work. Because everybody gets a responsibility. If you want to be a police and you want to be an investigator, you get to know your responsibilities and you get to know what you get to do for ensure say people them they cry you down. So then they common for the case file they lost, especially the police station where they under investigation.
Mike, you lost to the DPP then?
Well, that's again I don't get any reports because the DPP office is a credible office where they get credible people them where they deal with justice. So I don't get any reports for say we don't send any file to DPP and this file I don't lost it. I don't get that report.
Alright, continue for watch the program and you listen to Morning Tea and they come to you live on Redima Radio Network 92.5 FM and we other frequencies them all about the country. And we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. You can watch with it and you left comments they do ya. We want let you left comments na them page then they and let you critique, you analyze, you contribute or you suggest waiting and then people here they talk about. As I tell you, we they go to some of the text messages and we don't can. This one say plenty thanks to Idema Media Network for where we look inside the International Day of the Abolition of Slavery. Yes. Not today. This one say, Mr. Bayo, if person go lay complain for person when a big man na power, how unukin waka then can case then day. This other person say, unu get any policy for keep them people them way they go lay complain for unu secret for make the public not know them. It's a question. Secrecy. This one said Mr. Abdullah Bangura. Unu as family support unit, waiting unu they do for fight against the sexual violation where they carry on against boy picking themselves. This one say we get government personnel them way involved in sexual gender-based violence. How serious una can handle the young case, Mr. Abdullah? This one say, do you have Mr. Abdullah Bangura make FSU and the government not sleep by Kamarimba in case because it sounds like say the case don't they cold. This one say Mr. Abdullahi Bangura waiting na the investigation and evidence critical them way they consider in move. Let's start with Mr. Bayo.
Yes, thank you very much. Before I go to the two important questions, I just want to rub oil on my brother in elbow because we and then work. The FSU, we get what we call the referral partners. Referral partners. This is now referral partnership.
Okay.
In this referral partnership, we get the FSU as member. When they come and complain to when they come complain to, we can do with them. We refer the complaint to them, and then they don't do very well on them. And at meetings, then they kind of report. And the issue of sexual and gender-based violence is at the heart of the Human Rights Commission. At the heart of the commission, because even a couple of days ago, we were there out to talk to people then, but the Sexual Offences Act. Tell people it was sexual.
So when I say people can bring the kind
of council, yes, and we Sexual Offences Act. We educate people recently within our communities. We gender directorate in our communities talk to people in the Sexual Offences Act. They are watching me brother talk now. Let's just make one point clear for the public. Clear, don't misunderstand this one. Because the number of complaints don't increase now FSU, no means say now they don't begin to do the thing plenty, no. Now awareness don't come. People that they come forward now with their complaints. Friday, it happen, people in the keeper.
And they die in silence.
Yeah, people in the keeper. But now awareness on the so when they come out now, let me find out say complaints don't increase. Number of complaints don't increase as compared to previous. It don't mean say now they live on pass mark. No, that's what it means. Let's put it up there. Then to the first question, complain against big man within the power. As long as you I don't tell you to talk this one. As long as you complain admissible, we don't get big man. We in an independent institution. As long as you complain admissible, that means a violation. The commission they handle them. All the steps will follow. The commission they follow all the steps to completion. Yeah. So any complainant, if you get anything against any big man, when you say offend you and you can't we will not say fall within purview, no worry. Come with your complaint, and I assure you say we go handle your complaint to completion. When you say go satisfy says indeed, they no handle the complaint
with no interference.
With no interference, absolutely. With no interference, absolutely.
From others above.
No matter how big the institution, they will always hit at them.
Okay.
Yeah. Secondly, the issue on confidentiality. As a commission, where the commission recruit their staff, the first thing they do is they sign that oath of confidentiality with the commission. Then first they sign. And if you breach that oath, now dismissal for you. So every staff where employed by the Human Rights Commission, they don't sign that oath of confidentiality. When you come to complain to them, it did not only the commission in the day, you need the out of the commission. Pass you certificate out of the commission. But if you come to you complain for be confidential, and like you know what I'm saying for be confidential, even if you check we report to them, we can mention their success stories. We they put name. We just say MK reported VY about a complaint against this one in ABC in XY institution. That's what put that.
So you want to like go find the MK.
Fine, go find MK like FNYV, find this one. But that's what they put them for let people they know. They put them to come identify who that this person, who that person. So this matter of confidentiality, no worry. When I come to the complaints and it will be held in confidence.
Quick one, Abdullah.
Please remember of question one, the first. Sorry
okay.
about that.
Well, it say Yuyun.
Yeah.
Secrecy in Abdullah Bangura. As a family support unit, waiting they do for fight against sexual violation, where they carry on against boy picking them, and as government personnel them where they involved in sexual based violence, how serious we can handle them.
Okay.
Yeah, and make FSU and the government not sleep on Kamaye blah 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 blah.
Yes, I want for talk say the family support units, and I want for tell the brother thank you for where he had that side, and I believe say over the years we will only work together because they only get cases when they refer to we when they feel saying our own side for investigate. So I want for tell and thank you for that. On the issue of any case where involve any personality, I want to assure everybody, like I've been talk earlier, say we not get no secret card. Anybody where you feel say he don't commit an offense, we go report them, we investigate them. On the issue of offense the way they happen against boy picking them, we know. That is why the Sexual Offences Act not specify whether they suffer abuse. The Sexual Offences Act is, by definition, they say any penetration of an object or part of the body to the orifice or to the opening of another person, nine amount to the offense of sexual penetration. So if when picking and say they suffer rape, when picking and say they suffer other forms of abuse.
So inside this 2020, when I've been get any complaint about that?
Yes.
For boy picking away, then they suffer.
In fact, not to 2020 no more. We don't get complaint where people in the car report about boy picking them, where because we get to call but always other than offense them, where na sexual offense them, where that man to man. So anything will happen, and as we get other big some big woman them where they involve picking them, so then kind of sexual thing a day. And anybody will do that, you can't report them because when picking self. Now,
so what is saying, Mr. Abdullah, waiting na the investigation and evidence on trial them, where una they consider in una move?
Well, most of the time, like for now, we will not get a scientific lab where na they are right now, because most of the cases, especially sexual matters, a bulk of the evidence you get for be scientific, then forensic evidence, but mainly now they look for real evidence and circumstantial evidence. For example, if Pikin can say you don't sexually abuse them, at the end of the day, they see you and this Pikin, they enter a room. That are what circumstances for sure says indeed when the Pikin they talk not true. And even if the Pikin gets other things the way they talk about you, where would they find out for no CS the Pikin when they talk, there is some truth in it, and we'll find out they will match out to CCS. That's so it be. And we get also the medical report where doctor they confirm say indeed this Pikin also suffer so penetration. Although the medical no will indicate who that do but it indicate say the Pikin also suffer abuse. So all the scientific lab now go show this. Where the scientific lab, for example, they then fresh abuse the way they happen. We say blood stain day. So only a DNA get for match the blood stain of somebody and the other person.
Plenty thank you, Abdullah Sohi Bangura, in at the crime officer, national crime officer, of course, at the FSU.
And sorry for that post we mentioned about the case of Kamarimba. Of course, that case don't come on at the police and it did on a court. So it will not get much for do then. I believe say the police them will be involved in that case. They all don't go testify. So left with the court now. You know, they now we aren't again anymore.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Abdullah Sohi Bangura. Thank you, Richard Bayo, from the Human Rights Commission, for una can throw lights. We will call una again for let we go deliberate more on that. Well, plenty thank you for your time, family. Now, so we go take time for end the program now today morning tea. If you want just in case you miss part of this program, you can watch a repeat of the program. If you miss all or you miss some, watch them 4 to 5 o'clock even 10. Well, family, before I end the program, make a remember what's be happening today inside history. Today, December 2nd, 2002, the 8th judge them where they been choose for preside over Salon Special Court been take the oath of office as they been pledged say they go carry out their duty in honesty, faithfulness and impartiality. I mean today December 2nd, 2001, they been launched one new organization where they call 50-50 group during one mock session na parliament inside Freetown for push equal representation at parliament for Salon woman them. That's all waiting we get them for inside this program. We come to you where reach you so they can reach you so from Redeemer Radio Network 92.5 FM with TV on ITV channel 72 with Facebook and with YouTube. Don't forget for left your message there. Before I end the program, I can tamba uno waiting I will send stock we come off from Patrick Vandy. We same way so I produce the program for today. Say person where they sleep near somebody where they do sleep. Go take them for sleep quick if you get sense. Before they go sleep man go lay down. Because if you don't do that, I only say you don't go sleep, not true. But we thank to all the one that we join on for let this program reach you so the camera crew, the one that way they be in the mixer, the cupboard, and all the one them, the editor them, the reporter them, and the producer for today, Patrick Vandy. Plenty thank you to everybody, to Richard, to Abdullah. We come and grace this occasion, we make the program come out better one. Even the one that we send text. You will not send text again, you just enjoy the program. Plenty thank you. You will get for write comments now with Facebook and with YouTube. Plenty thank you. The man where make you see on Facebook and YouTube in name like Joseph John Tui. Plenty thank you to all my plenty thank you to myself. Tete tomorrow. In name na was KONIMA-STEVENS, they say Shalom.